Hey guys, Axe here with the GameCoop. We are back playing Horizon's Daybreaker episode 11 thing, and I've added more onto the house as you can see. What's this pit here, you might ask? This pit is actually for the next machine we're going to make. This is a 4x4x15 deep thing, and we're going to be making the solar evaporation plant from Mechanism. So we're going to need a lot of these solar evaporation blocks, about 200 of them actually. And the solar evaporation blocks take a bunch of copper and some dynamic tanks. The dynamic tanks are steel around a bucket. The bucket is consumed in this recipe. So we'll also need about 50 buckets. So we'll get to work. 200 of these, and we just drop into the bottom here. You can make this thing whatever height you want. I'm going to make it the maximum height, because why not? So you start out with a 4x4 layer of the evaporation blocks, and then a single ring of evaporation blocks. And then up to 15 additional rings. So we're going to go 15 additional rings. Okay, my math was a little bit off, so we actually ended up making 212 of these to fill up the pit here. So we have 4 additional ones that we're going to put there, and probably there. And the reason being is that we have to keep spaces open for the valves, and there's solar generators on the corners here. So these are going to be the advanced solar generators. So yeah, these are the ones that I made for the house. So I'll actually make 4 more of these. Okay, so we've got the obnoxiously hard to make advanced solar generators here. We'll just position those on the corners, I believe. Not sure if they're supposed to face a certain direction or what, but that's pretty much how they go. And I've also made 3 of the solar evaporation valves, which the recipe is here. And these are dynamic valves, which are made with the dynamic tanks again, and basic control circuits. So we'll put a valve there, there, and let's say there. And finally we've got the solar evaporation controller, which is a bunch of circuits, some steel casings, a block of copper, and some glass. Place that there, and see that particle effect there? That means it is actually complete. But just for aesthetics, I'm going to see if I can rotate those solar generators around to hook right in there. Yeah, there we go. Is it still complete? It is. Alright, so what this is going to do is, I'm not exactly sure how to configure the valves to do whatever I need them to. I got to look into that a bit. But basically what this is going to do is it's going to accept water and turn that into brine. We're going to try it right here. Give it some water. Oh, that's right, it's raining. Can't really do much in the rain. We'll have to give it a bit till the sun comes out. Okay, now it's working. Now the sun's out. Just dump your bucket of water in there, and it's immediately turned into brine. But you can't really see what that looks like quite yet. Also, because this is a pretty tall solar evaporation plant, it's going to actually get really hot. But we need a way to get water into here faster. I don't know if it accepts a tank, so I'm going to go ahead and try, like, filling, let's say, an open blocks tank with like water and then throwing that in there. So let's see if that actually works here. Fill this up. Whoop. Almost goofed. Okay. So we'll try this because it accepts buckets. So might accept this, might not, who knows. It doesn't. Okay, so we'll need to figure out some kind of way to get water into this. I might repurpose the electric pumps, I might not. We'll see what happens. So I've actually decided on the transfer pipe from Extra Utilities. And what this is going to do is it's positioned above a source of water, and it just automatically pulls out water. Plain and simple. You actually need a transfer node liquids, is what it's called. And the recipe is some pretty basic materials and transfer pipe, which are slabs, glass, and redstone. Now that makes 8 of these, so you have some extra left over. Go ahead and mix some of that. There we go. Transfer node liquids. So how you do this is you take any old block, put it in the middle of a water source, put the node on top of it, and then break the block. That way that the node has an infinite water source underneath, and then just pipe it into whatever receptacle that you desire. Oh, I actually forgot one thing that you need here. You actually need the world interaction upgrade, which is one of the mini upgrades for these nodes, and that allows the node to interact with whatever it's facing, so in this case, water. Okay, I actually want to get the water out of this open blocks tank here first because I don't really need a tank of water. So we'll do that. Put that on there. Oh, why is it going in there? Whatever. Oh, it's not connecting? That's strange. Maybe it's the configurator. How do I do this? What's my mode switch key here? Oh, not that one. Mechanism. Let's see. Oh, right bracket. That's it. I don't know how you configure things to go into the valves. Oh, did it do it already? Oh, I guess it did. Well, that was fast. So it doesn't actually look like it's connected, but it is. Okay, great. So we'll put that back down. And we'll put the world interaction upgrade in there. Break that block. There it goes. So yeah, it's not actually connected, but it is pumping water. You can see it's holding a few buckets at a time and then immediately putting it in the evaporation plant. Perfect. So we'll leave this running here and we'll collect some brine, and we will use another node to transfer out, probably to a tank of some sort. I don't know. We'll find out. What you say? So I'm actually I've taken the electrolytic separator from the house, and I'm actually going to position it just right to here, probably, and we're going to transfer brine into it, and we'll get the next two chemicals that we're making here. Oh, it's actually burning it right now. So this is going to make sodium and chlorine, which are going to be used to make the next part of mechanism to make 4 times the ore, or doubling, or quadrupling. Sorry, I'm just watching this here. So there's sodium in a gas tank, and I'm going to go make another gas tank for the chlorine, and we'll be back with the next step. Alright, for the next step, we actually need the chemical infuser, and that is this item here. Whip one of those up. We got the materials for it. It is some alloys, some control circuits, a single dynamic tank, and 2 empty gas tanks. Now this one I've never actually used, so pardon me while I tinker with it here. Oh, this looks weird. Okay, so it can take upgrades, speed and energy. Let's see, I gotta get power to this thing. Let's see here. Oh wow, that's pretty loud. Let's back away from that for a minute. There we go. Alright, so we take chlorine and I think hydrogen, which we got an extra tank of that right here. And we put those both in there. And that's going to make hydrogen chloride. Yeah, so we'll whip up some upgrades, and we'll get back to this thing. Alright, all upgrades made. 8 out of 8 speed and energy. Now let's reapply the power. And it's already done. Holy crap. Okay, so we'll go ahead and burn off the rest of this. And we'll make the next thing that we need. The chemical injection chamber. Alright, we've got everything we need here to do the next step of ore doubling here. We've got the chemical injection chamber, which is the purification chamber with a bunch of reinforced alloys, elite control circuits, and gold. And we've also went ahead and made the energy and speed upgrades as well as all the factory installers for this thing, so we're ready to just install it right away. I don't want to put it there because it'll touch this pipe. There we go. So I can put it right there. It's going to fill up with power. Gonna go ahead and put the speed upgrades in there. Give those a second to go in. I'll put the energy upgrades in there. Stand back because it's going to get noisy. Okay. I think that's it. Is it done? Alright. And then finally, we will upgrade it all 3 times. So basic, Advanced, Elite. And what this guy does is it takes hydrogen chloride and chemically injects ores, making, I think it's like ore clumps or something. Let me check. It is shards, ore shards. Okay. So I'm gonna go grab some ores real fast. Went out and got some iron ore from the wild there, and we will go ahead and throw that in the chemical injecting factory. Well, that's a strange noise. Oh, hang on. Stop this. I forgot we want to, I think there's like a gas upgrade you can put in this thing. Yeah, I forgot all about that. We'll make those real quick. So 8 gas upgrades, and now we'll put this stuff back in there. Ah, much better. Now it's hardly using any gas. Still using quite a bit, which I did waste a bunch of it because I didn't have the upgrades in there. But it's making these nice iron shards. So what we're gonna do there, as soon as the generator stopped running here. They're so ridiculously loud. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and set it up to auto eject to the right. And that should put it right in the purifying factory, I think. Did it work? Is that not what I do? What do I do here? Let's see. 4 shards plus oxygen in the purification chamber equals 4 clumps. Oh, I turned eject off. Okay, I'm a dumbass. Turn that right back on. There we go. And then the clumps are purified with oxygen, and the same process happens. So now we're actually quadrupling our ores. Awesome. That actually looks really neat. Alright. So, next episode we're actually going to go into quintupling our ores, still with mechanism. We're going to throw together a bunch of machines and turn 1 ore into 5 ingots. So, we'll do that next time. This is actually the GameCoop. This has been Daybreaker episode 11. So we'll see you next time.